Radio Show, the most positive business talk show in America. Best-selling authors of Lists That Saved My Business and founders of the Extreme Customer Service Directory, Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer, are inspiring you to get your business right. They know the customer experience isn't just another thing, it's the only thing. Let's join Angel and Eric for today's program.
Hello and welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer. Very nice to have you along with us today. Here to remind you that small business is big business. Your business is our business, and we are empowering you to build your brand right here on the radio. Angel is out of the studio today, and so you've got me, and the phone lines are open as we shift format a little bit today, and I'm going to do an entire hour on effective marketing, and in particular, the marketing that is the trends of 2018 and the most strategic marketing that is happening today. If you'd like to join the conversation, if you have marketing background or something to add to the conversation, we invite that today. The number to call, 303-632-4160, 303-632-4160. Want to encourage you to pick up your phone and join the conversation and hang out with me on this whatever the occasion is for you, where your interest collides with the trends happening in 2018 with marketing. And we've got a couple of different angles that we can approach this from. We can go business to business, or we can talk the top 10 business to consumer marketing strategies. And believe it or not, they are different. They are significantly different, with a whole host of considerations that might be important for you to not only process, but then put into action in your business. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to start off with the business to consumer marketing, because in many ways, that's what most small business owners are most interested in. They want to make sure that they are connecting with their potential consumer or potential prospect. So when if you start thinking about how to effectively and dynamically market to consumers, an interesting survey that took place, comes out by Weedirt.com, Whole Brain Marketing blog, says there are some interesting results that came out of a recent survey. Reports compiled data on the topic and a list of 10 B2C marketing strategies commonly recognized as successful regardless of the industry. And these are in no particular order. It doesn't go from, least effective to most effective or anything like that. But cause marketing is the first of the 10 strategies that are employed for business to consumer. And if you think about it, cause marketing is a cooperative effort between a for-profit business and a nonprofit organization to mutually promote and benefit from social and other charitable causes. Cause marketing is not to be confused with corporate giving. That's tied to specific tax-deductible donations made by an organization. Cause marketing relationships are feel goods, right? It's got all the feels. They assure your customers that you share their desire to make the world a better place. When choosing between comparable brands, 90% of U.S. shoppers are likely to switch to a cause-branded product. And if you think about it, you see this in so many different arenas. If a business is associated with a cause that you support, you are much more likely to do business with them, regardless of what it is they sell or market. So can continue to, as we go through these, start to think, all right, is there a cause? Is there something that I could do, something that I could get involved in? And maybe cause marketing is not your thing. That's all right. We've got 9 others on the list that we're going to talk about. But think about how you can put a cause or a charitable organization into your offering for your customers with every, what is it? Tom McCann's, Tom Shoes, does every time, you purchase a pair of shoes, they donate a pair of shoes to, a third world country that needs, shoes. There's so many different things that you could do, aligning with, for every $10 purchased, $2 gets donated to, the American Cancer Society, whatever you want to put in there. But again, if you have the ability to tie into a cause that your target market is also likely to support, you go a long way towards motivating them to do business with you. Here's the next one, direct selling. Now, direct selling, to be honest with you, not our favorite. Not our favorite in a lot, for a couple of different ways. Thank you, listener Bill, for your comment on the Facebook Live. I appreciate that very, very much. When talking about direct selling, the challenge of direct selling is that there's twofold. If you're doing direct sales such as MLMs, and I'm counting all MLMs, multi-level marketing or network marketing, direct selling, they're interchangeable terms. The biggest challenge with those types of programs, not that the model is flawed or that it is by no means in most cases not a pyramid scheme or something like that. The biggest problem is people are instructed not to give away the name of the organization until much later into the conversation. I'll give you an example of this. I was driving down, I was driving for Lyft. I do this as a little side hustle, and I got a cool little opportunity to chat with a gentleman who had just come out of a party that I thought was just a social party for neighbors, but instead it ended up being a direct marketing, network marketing meeting. And so I started asking him, I said, so, what do you sell? What do you do? And he says, well, I sell services and, opportunities for business. And that was my first clue that I knew we were talking about an MLM, a network marketing organization. So I said, all right, well, what kinds of things do you sell? And he says, oh, we sell just pretty much about everything. Oh, okay. How do you sell it? Well, usually in a digital format, or online. Okay. All right, good. And finally, we got 5 questions deep. And I finally said, what is the specific name of the company that you represent? And he took, just a couple of seconds to recover, because he is instructed not to say that, because they believe that the telling of that story comes with it a preconceived notion. They're right, and it disarms or disables the conversation. And here was it was Amway. It was Amway, which by many legitimate business running folk is a great model. They got a good thing going. There's nothing wrong with Amway, except that they're embarrassed and or reluctant to tell you that it's Amway, because you might have a preconceived notion that they're going to try to sell me something or make me sell something. And I gave the gentleman a little word of advice. I said, listen, if you have to hide the name of the company that you are representing, ask yourself, are you truly doing your best to represent that company? It can't be a secret, folks. It comes straight forward. Say, something. And here's a much, much stronger way, in my opinion, to lead with that conversation. Start by saying, hey, I just got involved with Amway and I'm really impressed with the whole model. I'm getting ready to make some money. Would you like to make some money? Let's sit down and talk. Now, that's a conversation starter, not finisher. And with the opportunity of network marketing or direct selling, there is an opportunity to really get involved in the right way, I think. The other direct selling is, direct mail, those kinds of things. Direct mail has a notorious 1 to 4% rate of return. Not always the best thing that, in my humble opinion, because gosh, you got a 1 to 4% rate of return. Who told us that was a good deal? 96% goes down the drain. It's not a great deal in my opinion, unless you're selling massive transactions like $400,000 homes. Real estate continues to dominate the direct mail industry, and they do it because they make it up on the backside with a large payday. We'll be back right after these messages. Professor Eli is coming next on the Experience Pros Network.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
KDMT, Denver's Money Talk 1690 AM.
Hey, my name's Brant. You ever make a change and then wonder, why didn't I do this a long time ago? That's what's happening for thousands of people with regard to their health care. They're joining Medi-Share, and then they're wondering, why didn't I already do this? For most members, it costs less than half what they were paying for their old health plan. There's a huge provider network, too. You can customize your plan, and this is awesome. Medi-Share members can go online with a doctor 24/7. So if you need a prescription for the flu or something, it's so convenient for you and your family. So yeah, this is one of those, why did I wait on this things? And if you don't love your current health plan, you're not stuck with it. You can join Medi-Share anytime. By the way, to give you an idea, the typical savings for a family, about $500 a month. It just makes so much sense. Check it out. They're super easy to talk to. Call 844-41-BIBLE. That's 844-41-BIBLE. 844-41-BIBLE.
Are you embarrassed by your smile? Are you unable to eat the foods you love, afraid to laugh, afraid to live a normal life, even afraid to go out in public? Dr. Barrett's with Barrett's Dental here. I believe that you deserve a smile that you can be proud of so you can live your life the way you want, with the peace of mind that you can smile without embarrassment and that your mouth is healthy. At Barrett's Dental, we want to help you get your life back. I invite you to my office for a free consultation where you can find out for yourself if you are comfortable at Barrett's Dental. We offer total dental solutions, meaning we can handle all of your dental care in one convenient location without referring you all over town. If you feel safe at Barrett's Dental, it's the last place you'll need to visit to get the care you need. Is the condition of your mouth causing you to live a life of quiet desperation? Call me. I'll take great care of you.
If you're looking for a safe place to take care of all your dental needs, call Barrett's Dental at 303-502-5527 or visit denverdentist.com.
Ben Franklin once pointed out that the only certainty in life is death and taxes. Are you concerned about how the new tax bill is going to affect you or your business? Are you trying to tackle taxes on your own? Standard deductions, net operating loss, pass-through deductions, it's enough to make your head swim. Unless you're tax expert Josh Berman with Denver Tax Return Service. Josh is an enrolled agent with the IRS and has been helping businesses save money and have peace of mind for the last 13 years. Josh takes pride in working directly with you during the entire process. You'll never be handed off to someone else. He'll walk you through how the new tax code and laws affect you and your business. And beyond tax season, he offers year-round bookkeeping and accounting services. Right now, there's a very special radio offer. All business tax returns start at just $399. Start 2018 off right by calling your tax expert, Josh Berman, at Denver Tax Return Service today for a free half-hour consultation. His number is 720-336-0950. That's 720-336-0950. Or visit taxreturnservicedenver.com. That's taxreturnservicedenver.com.
It's quite possibly the most important advance known to humankind. I'm talking, of course, about the garage door opener. Don's Garage Doors is proud to make your life easier. Endorsed and recommended by Dave Logan himself with over 30 years experience. Don's Garage Doors stands behind their work and does the job right every time. Their uniformed professional installers are experienced, background checked, and courteous. Don's Garage Doors is the answer in the Denver metro area for garage door repair and replacement, as well as springs and openers. For reasonable prices and same-day service in many cases, count on the professionals at Don's Garage Doors, because neither snow, nor rain, nor dark of night will stop our doors from opening and closing. Online at donsgaragedoors.com. When you need it done right today, it's donsgaragedoors.com.
This is the Experience Pros Radio Show. Got an opinion or want to ask us a question? Email radio@experiencepros.com or message us on the Experience Pros Facebook page, and we'll interact with you live on the show.
That's exactly right, folks. We do want to interact with you live on the show. Thank you for taking time out of your day to join us for ours. It is time to have our very special guest and contributor host here on the program, Eli Delaney. We know him as Professor Eli. Eli, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing awesome. How are you today, my friend?
You know, it's a good day. Any day I get a chance to talk to you. Angel sends her love. She's out in Vegas. That means you've got me, buddy. And we're talking marketing today. And in particular, I thought maybe we would talk to you a little bit about email marketing. Is email dead?
You know, it's really funny because that is a thing that's going around. It's like that bad rumor going around Facebook that people just keep passing around over and over again. And to be perfectly honest, I don't believe it is, because for me and the clients that I work with, it is still rocking. It's still working really, really well as long as it's done the right way.
Okay. Interesting. The right way. I'm one of the people who is confused about email. We've talked about this before. I'm not confused about the process of email, Eli. I know how it works, and I even know why maybe it works, but I'm confused as to why it actually dominates the results side of marketing, even in this day and age when no one wants another newsletter.
Well, and it's true. You hit the nail on the head there, is that nobody wants another newsletter. And that's where a lot of people are going wrong, is that they're wanting people to sign up for their newsletter. And we don't want more newsletters.
Amen.
We get bombarded by so much stuff. But on the flip side, what we do want is good, valuable content. We want good stuff that we want to know the people we're dealing with, that we are giving our money to, are the experts in the field, and they are there to add value to us. And email is such a powerful way to do that, for one really, really simple reason, is that if you have people on your own email list, you own that list, unlike the other platforms that are out there.
Draw the distinction for me, because I think what you just said is the value of having email over, say, something like maybe Instant Messenger or other things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Is it that I own the names?
Yeah, because like, as an example, you know, Facebook Messenger is super, super popular right now, and everybody's talking about chatbots and all that kind of stuff, which is a pretty cool tool. But anybody who's been using Facebook as a marketing tool for the last few years knows that they're really famous for changing their rules almost daily. And you never know, what might work today may stop working tomorrow. And because their playground, you have no control over that. They could change it at any point, and you would have a say as to whether that would work or not anymore. Pretty much, you just have to deal with it and move on.
All right. You know, and I guess I understand that. Although one of the things that I like about, and I guess if you use an email system, you know, for major, you know, mass things like MailChimp or something like that, you also get the opportunity of knowing who opened it, you know, who opened your email and who didn't.
Right. And those are very important things. And when I work with clients, we like to actually really break down into building systems behind it. It's not just send an email when you have something to sell. There's nothing worse than that, where the only time you ever hear from somebody is when they're adding a promotion. I mean, places like Amazon can get away with it, but for most of us, people want to know that they can really trust us, and they want to do business with us, because generally people do business with people, not companies. And so when I send an email, I don't send a newsletter, or I don't sell hey, this is what I got for sale right now. What I say is, you know what, I have this really cool resource because of this book that I read, and I wanted to share this with you. You might find some value out of that book as well. Here's why I loved it so much, and here's the link.
Yeah, okay, so I like that, because you're adding value, you're offering something on the front side. You mentioned something, Eli, and I'm careful of the time here, but I want to ask a little follow-up question on this. You mentioned chatbots. For those of our listeners who don't know what those are, give just a quick 30,000-foot view of those.
Okay, so if you have a business page on Facebook, a lot of times, if somebody will want to contact you as a business as opposed to you as a person, and well, you can actually have things set up just like an autoresponder in an email where somebody says, yes, I want this, and the system then turns around and says, okay, cool, here's a link to download that PDF, or hey, here's a link to register for that event that I talked about, which is pretty cool. And you can do some pretty advanced stuff where somebody can send a message to your bot and say, yes, I want to learn more, or yes, let's schedule an appointment. And the bot will actually take care of it for you with pre-written scripts, essentially, which is kind of cool. It's a good automated way, because you can't be in front of Facebook 24/7, or
sure.
As in reality, you shouldn't be. And so that's what they're kind of cool about. Yeah. And it's still fairly new technology, but it is becoming a pretty big thing. I think it's pretty cool as long as it's done right. I've seen people do it really well, and I've seen people just make it just another pitch fest, which is something we don't want to do.
Sure.
But there are great ways to utilize that as a tool. And also it gives you a way to communicate with those people who said, yes, I want more information. So as an example, that I do monthly trainings, and I can go to everybody who's said on Facebook, it's okay for you to contact me. And I can actually send a message that will go to each individual one of them, not as a group. It'll go to each one of them individually and say, I have this training. Would you like to know more? And they say yes.
Right.
And it'll send them the link to go register.
Right.
That's kind of an idea.
I think it's a great explanation. Our guest is Eli Delaney. He goes by Professor Eli, as he teaches at Your Marketing University. And Eli, you've got something you want to offer our listeners, right?
I do. I've just mentioned the training that I do, and I have one coming up. It's going to be on March 22nd, 10 a.m. Pacific time. So it's going to be 11 o'clock for you guys in Denver. And this is completely free for anybody who wants to join me. It's called How to Become a Follow-Up Fanatic, because as a networker, as a marketer, the business actually comes in the follow-up. That first time, people are just checking you out. They're not sure yet, but you got to build a relationship with them. And that's what this program is all about. And I'd love to have anybody come join me that would like to for that program.
It's Thursday, March 22nd, 10 a.m. in the Pacific time zone. That translates to 1 p.m. out in Washington, D.C. All our listeners out there on the East Coast and in Central Time, you could back that up to noon. Hey, Eli, fantastic as always chatting with you. Thank you for kind of clarifying things about the value of email marketing. We sure appreciate you, brother.
Oh, well, thank you. It's always a pleasure to come hang out with you, my friend.
That's Eli Delaney. Go check out yourmarketinguniversity.com/experience pros and get on board for his training. It's free. How to become a follow-up fanatic. When we come back, we'll continue our conversation about marketing, business to consumer, and the strategies that are working in 2018. Back after this.
You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show, America's home for positive business talk.
Waiter, sir.
Jimmy Sangenberger here.
Waiter, You wouldn't go to a restaurant where the waiter chooses your meal. So why are you letting everyone else choose your candidates? In the primary, unaffiliated voters can impact your party's choice for the ballot. But caucus on March 6th is your chance to choose the candidate free from interference by those who don't share your values. The caucus process lets you speak with other engaged voters in your party to choose the best possible candidate for the primary ballot. Attend caucus on March 6th. Visit your party's website to register today.
Take it like it is and make it like you want it. You've heard that before, right? Well, that applies to your home too. But maybe you don't know exactly how to get it done or what the options might be. Hi, Dan Cicchini, Done Right Kitchens and Baths, Windows and Doors. How about starting with a call to us? For over 30 years, our family company's been designing and completing first-rate kitchens and baths that, frankly, your neighbors would be jealous of. Where to start, Todd?
Dad, they just need to call us. We can help. And now's the time. At Done Right, we offer only the finest cabinet resurfacing, custom cabinets, tub and shower upgrades, and full kitchen and bath redesigns. Simply call us for a free in-home estimate, and you'll see how your unique kitchen and bath fantasies will become your reality.
Come on, folks, get her done. Once and for all. Kitchens, baths, counters, and floors, and even replacement windows and doors. You have our word, we'll treat you right at Done Right. 303-722-2295, 800-362-8370, or drhi.com.
Gina here. There are two ways to zip up your house for this winter. This way.
Or you could come to Gravina's
and zip up your home against the winter cold with Gravina's triple pane R10 glass package.
We can save you up to 40% on your energy bills with our insulated frame triple pane glass windows.
Gravina's R10 triple pane glass windows are 5 times more energy efficient than most double pane windows and 12 times more efficient than a single pane.
We carry all the name brand windows and doors as well as insulated siding for your home.
That's right. Gravina's has served over 100,000 Colorado customers as a proud member of the Troubleshooter Network
and Dave Logan, Angie's List, and HomeAdvisor.com.
And we have all types of windows.
Gina.
Uh-oh, here it comes.
Gravina's have the greatest windows.
And warranties.
Let's try that zipper thing again. Start saving on your energy bills. Call Gravina's
beautiful showroom
at 950 West Evans. Call 303-GRAVINA. In Northern Colorado, call 970-GRAVINA or GravinaWindows.com.
This is Dan Kaplis. One of the things I like best about being a personal injury lawyer is that I'm a lawyer for all of the people, and that includes all of our wonderful senior citizens. Our firm welcomes senior citizens with open arms. We understand that injuries to seniors often become a tipping point event in their lives, causing a loss of independence and affecting everyone around them. We also understand that insurance companies will often try to pay less to seniors, claiming that their injuries aren't worth as much because the victim is older. In our view, it's the exact opposite. When a person has fewer years left, each year is even more valuable. At the Dan Kaplis Law Firm, we take great pride in the results that we have obtained for seniors in our community. And of course, we accept righteous cases on a percentage fee basis so that good people from all walks of life can get the representation they deserve. If you need our help, please give me a call, 303-770-5551. That's 303-770-5551, or hit dankaplislaw.com. That's dankaplislaw.com.
For more than 60 years, Colorado energy companies have relied on fracking. 90% of all oil and natural gas wells have been or will be fracked. Colorado is nationally recognized for our stringent state laws and regulations for oil and natural gas development. The need for reliable, affordable energy is always balanced with protecting Colorado and the environment. To see all that we're doing, go to cred.org.
The Experience Pros Radio Show, home of the original Fan Braggin' Fridays. Take just 20 seconds to become a business revolutionary by sharing a Fan Braggin' story of great customer service by using the hashtag FanBrag or calling the Fan Braggin' hotline at 855-FAN-BRAG, FANBRAG. Now back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel Tussey, Eric Raymer. Very nice to have you along with us. Angel is out of the studio today, and therefore you've got me. And if you'd like to join the conversation, I welcome you. 303-632-4160. That's 303-632-4160. The topic of this first hour is all about marketing, and in particular, the top 10 marketing trends for 2018, top 10 marketing trends 2018, chosen to go along the way of business to consumer instead of business to business. The second hour will probably go through business to business. But interestingly enough, we've covered just 2 of the top 10. And we also covered email marketing, which is still very much alive and well, thanks to Eli Delaney for helping us understand the value of it and the way to make sure that it is used in a strategic way for our brands. Cause marketing, we talked about, that's when a company is aligned with a benefit to a charitable organization or something like that. Cause marketing, always very big. Direct selling, we talked a little bit about. Direct selling, you may know it as multi-level marketing. You might know it as network marketing, but it's pretty much all the same. And here's a fun fact. More than 50% of customers will make a purchase from a direct selling representative in the next 12 months. So it's big business, folks, huge business. And we covered my support of and concern for the direct marketing side of things. Here's an interesting co-branding and affinity marketing. We're talking about the trends for 2018 that are rising to the top of the activities that people are using. Co-branding is a marketing methodology in which at least 2 brands join together to promote and sell a single product or service. The brands lend their collective credibility to increase the perception of the product or service's value. So consumers are willing to pay a little more at retail. Secondarily, co-branding may dissuade private label manufacturers from copying their product or service. The fast fact here is that customers interpret co-branding as a value endorsement from a brand they already trust, creating a potentially lucrative halo effect. Now, if you think about co-branding, it's simply saying two brands working together in co-opetition instead of competition. We like this. Angel and I, for many years, worked in a co-branded and collaborative arena with several different businesses, and not the least of which are Epic Networking, which each one of the letters of Epic stood for another company that was branded into a networking event, one networking event for companies, all of whom could be considered competitors, but all of whom chose rather to lift each other up, work together, co-branded, and we had some of the largest networking events in the state of Colorado. How about this? We're talking about marketing that is the trending marketing for business to consumer in 2018, earned media or PR. Earned media or free media is publicity that is created through the efforts other than paid advertising. It can take a variety of forms: social media testimonial, word of mouth, television or radio mention, a newspaper article, editorial. But one thing is constant: earned media is unsolicited and can only be gained organically. It cannot be bought or owned like traditional advertising. That is almost accurate, but it's not accurate. Earned media or free media, PR, can be purchased. I understand what they're trying to say. And in order to maintain the integrity of the article that I'm reading from WeirdDirt.com, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt and say the kind of earned media or PR publicity that they're talking about cannot be purchased. It's when a reporter does a story on you without any financial incentive to do so. However, on the PR side of earned media is something like paying to be interviewed on a radio show, paying to have an article written about you and posted in a newspaper or a magazine or a trade journal or something like that. And that, my friends, can look almost identical to the earned media that where you are the story and a reporter comes to report on you. It can look almost identical to that. Doesn't have to be a sales pitch or whack you over the head with the hard sell. But if done properly, paid placement on radio or television, and I'm not talking advertisement. Think of what we do for our clients. We receive compensation, and they part of the package that they get is connection here on the radio show. That is a very strong thing that people can do and will absolutely help their brand, but it cannot look like buy my stuff. Cannot look like a sales pitch. 92% of customers say they trust earned media. How about point of purchase marketing? You might know this. It's called POP marketing or point of purchase. Sells to a captive audience. It's those shoppers that are already in the store and they're ready to purchase and they're in line getting ready to check out. And what do you see? You see all those point of purchase sales, the drinks at the end of the end cap, the candy bars next to the magazines, next to the Slim Jims are always in the list, right? Those point of purchase product displays on package coupons, shelf talkers that tour or tout products benefits, other attention getting sizzle often sways buying decisions on the shelf by making an offer simply too good and too visible to pass up. 5 out of 6 in-store shoppers admit to making unplanned purchases. How about this? Now, this may be the entire reason that you schedule your trip to Costco, but how about those samples, right? Those folks who are selling the samples know very, very well that if you walk by and smell that bacon, you're going to buy that bacon, right? And so they cook it up and they serve it up, and it's point of purchase marketing, POP. How about internet marketing? Internet marketing or online marketing combines web and email to advertise and drive e-commerce sales. Social media platforms may also be included to leverage brand presence and promote products and services. In total, these efforts are typically used in conjunction with traditional advertising formats like radio, television, and print. And I agree with that. Internet marketing, when a blended campaign, strategically blended campaign between traditional media, radio, television, or print, meets and agrees with the new social media outlets or internet marketing or email marketing, sky's the limit. You can actually do some amazing things, and we see it happen on a regular basis. Global email will reach 4.5 trillion by and that's $4.5 trillion. E-commerce, I said email. Global e-commerce will reach $4.5 trillion by 2021. This stuff is big, folks, and it's not going anywhere. It's absolutely here to stay. How about your paid media advertising, a tool that companies use to grow their website traffic through paid advertising? One of the most popular methods is pay-per-click because people are still on their machines all the time, their cell phones, their tablets, their computers. Essentially, a company buys or sponsors a link that appears as an ad in a search engine when keywords related to their product or service are searched. Commonly known as search engine marketing, SEM, every time the ad is clicked, the company pays the search engine or the third-party host a small fee for the visitor, a literal pay-per-click. Consumers approach their purchase decision, and as they get closer to their purchase decision, 65% of them will click on a paid ad. I've been there. I've done it. You've probably done it too. We'll be back with more positive business talk, carrying on the conversation of business to consumer marketing. For the archives of this broadcast and everything that we do, check out experiencepros.com. We'll be back on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
America's home for positive business talk. You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Contact them on the web at experiencepros.com.
KDMT, Denver's Money Talk 1690 AM.
Tune in to Money Talk KDMT 1690 every Saturday at noon for the best advice on building that nest egg. You'll hear expert advice on feathering your nest, caching resources for the future, and going for the gold finches, with a show that can put a little more green in your day-to-day living. While they may not be Wall Street wizards, they are the wizards of wildlife. And if you'd like to add these beautiful colors and melodious songs of wild birds to your portfolio, listen to Bird Talk, Saturdays at noon on 1690 KDMT, presented by Wild Birds Unlimited. David and Scott Menno will enrich your life with tips on attracting birds, butterflies, bats, bees, and other things that don't start with the letter B. The Bird Brothers will bring you fascinating interviews, nature news, insights on building the best wild bird habitat, and we hope to bring you a smile and a chuckle or two as well. So listen to Bird Talk every Saturday at noon, right here on Money Talk 1690 KDMT.
Attention baby boomers. Bob Muni, reverse mortgage specialist with Silverleaf Mortgage, will be hosting Muni for Your Money, a discussion with financial planners, attorneys, and realtors specializing in specific financial issues facing baby boomers and their families. We will help you prepare for and prosper through retirement. Muni for Your Money on Saturdays, 2:30 to 3 p.m. on KDMT, Denver's Money Talk, 1690 AM. Money! That's Saturdays at 2:30 on KDMT, Denver's Money Talk, 1690 AM.
Policies issued by American General Life Insurance Company, Houston, Texas. Not available in all states. For details, visit AIGdirect.com.
If you're young and healthy, you don't need life insurance, right? Yeah, that's what I used to think too, until my brother died at 38. Joe left his wife with 2 kids, a mortgage, and a stack of bills she couldn't pay. Mary had to sell the house and move everybody into this tiny 2-bedroom apartment just to make ends meet. I never want to do that to my wife, so I got life insurance. I called AIG Direct and was really surprised how affordable it is. Just $14 a month for $250,000 of term life coverage. Listen, if you have a family, you should seriously think about getting life insurance. You'll feel a lot better having it. Trust me.
Call AIG Direct for a free, no-obligation quote. The call takes less than 5 minutes, and you could save up to 70%. Call now. 1-800-600-1194. That's 1-800-600-1194. 1-800-600-1194.
Hi, this is Willie Dan. Unfortunately, rates are starting to move up with no end in sight. At Stanford Funding, I can get you wholesale rates for less. You don't have to pay all those bank or middleman fees. Work directly with me, the lender, and I can get you the lowest rates and the lowest closing costs in the mortgage market today. So call me now at 303-458-8200. So if you're thinking about refinancing and need to get your loan closed in 30 days or less, no problem. Need a pre-qual letter and your purchase loan closed in 30 days or less? No problem. Call 303-458-8200. Don't wait. Call the company people in Colorado have trusted for the last 18 years, Stanford Funding, at 303-458-8200 and ask for Willie Dan. Call 303-458-8200 or apply online at stanfordfunding.com.
NMLS 306720. Credit score 580. Loan to value 97%. Licensed by the Division of Real Estate.
Take your home like it is and let us help you make it like you want it. Hi, Dan Cicchini, Done Right Kitchens and Baths, Windows and Doors. We've been doing just that for over 30 years now. 800-362-8370 or drhi.com.
Hey, we know this radio station is your favorite, but did you know you can find even more great Christian stations now on christianradio.com? More stations, more podcasts, and more uplifting faith-building programs. Download the app now by visiting christianradio.com.
DenverHalfPrice.com, where everything is on sale at half price. Get red hot deals from some of the area's best retailers. 50% off carpet cleaning, car washes, spa treatments, gym memberships, tax preparation, oil changes, and more. Everything is on sale at half price. Go to DenverHalfPrice.com and save today. That's DenverHalfPrice.com. Why pay full price for anything? Go to DenverHalfPrice.com.
Looking for ways to save on your Medicare Part B copays? Great news! Now all Denver area Rite Aid stores feature a Walgreens pharmacy. Walgreens is a preferred network pharmacy with many plans nationwide, which could mean lower copays for you. Bring your prescriptions to a Walgreens pharmacy and start saving today. Walgreens, trusted since 1901. Walgreens, and now Rite Aid's featuring a Walgreens pharmacy, is a preferred pharmacy with United Healthcare, Humana, and Cigna HealthSpring. Walgreens participates with other plans. See walgreens.com/Medicare for details.
Revolutionizing the way people treat people in business. The Experience Pros, America's home for positive business talk.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Angel Tussey is away today. You've got me, and I invite you to join the program as we continue our conversation about effective marketing strategies and those that are trending for 2018. The number to call, 303-632-4160. That's 303-632-4160. Please feel free and welcome to join the conversation by way of either calling in or you can comment on our Facebook Live. And if you weren't aware, we broadcast this program across multiple different nodes. Of course, you're listening to it in your car as you're driving to or from work. We appreciate all of our listeners by way of the terrestrial signal that goes across 38 different network program or stations around the country. But there's also the opportunity for you to join the conversation by way of calling into the radio station or adding a comment on our Facebook Live, facebook.com/Experience Pros. Click on the videos tab. You'll see the live button right there. The other ways, of course, we have podcasts. We've got live streaming. I mean, the list goes on and on, from YouTube to Facebook Live to everything in between, iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and Omni.fm. And of course, our home mothership, if you will, experiencepros.com. All right, let's continue our conversation on marketing. And we're talking about trend marketing, things that are happening in the trends for 2018 for marketing. We're talking specifically about business to consumer. And then in our second hour, we'll flip the script and we'll talk about business to business marketing trends, which are very interesting indeed. And of course, what's the old song by the Beatles? We get by with a little help from our friends. It's just like that, folks. We have an opportunity for business to business connections with vendors and partners and referral partners and sources that you can really attract some great connections through the B2B side of marketing. We'll talk about that in a minute. Let's talk about word of mouth advertising. Word of mouth advertising is unpaid, organic, and oh so powerful, because those having nice things to say about your product and service generally have nothing to gain from it other than sharing the good news. A recommendation from a friend, a colleague, a family member is built-in credibility and can spur dozens of leads who anticipate positive experiences with your brand. It's important to note that word of mouth isn't strictly verbal. Leveraging online reviews and opinions are equally effective at spreading the word, and word of mouth advertising drives $6 trillion in annual consumer spending, is estimated to account for 13% of all consumer sales. Interesting, it says 13% of all consumer sales, because that's exactly the number of transactions that the Word of Mouth Marketing Association says is associated with word of mouth. 13%. Now, tied together with a $6 trillion annual transaction value, you think, wow, that's amazing. But then we go back to, it's estimated to account for 13% of all consumer sales. And I say 13%, what happened to the rest? What happened to the other 87%? Where's there's a hole in your bucket, dear Liza, right? 37%. It's important. You know, you don't want a 13% hole in your boat, that's for sure. But an 87% side of things also needs to be addressed. Word of mouth advertising is the most effective advertising. A word of referral from a friend or a review on a review site, very powerful indeed. but it does not tell the whole story. We just want to keep balance there. How about your social networks and viral marketing? Social media marketing focuses on providing users with content that they find valuable and want to share across their social networks, resulting in increased visibility and traffic. Fair enough. Social media shares of content, videos, and images also influence search engine optimization efforts in that they increase relevancy in search results when social media networks like Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram, and search engines like Google and Yahoo. 52% of B2C companies report that social media has positively influenced revenue and sales. And let's stop and take a look at that statistic again. 52%, just over half. And I'm wondering, this is the 21st century. We are well into social media marketing. We are well into the side of things that is digital and online. And only 52%. We still have growth. That's the point. There's so much more growth coming, folks. There really, really is. We're talking about the different types of trends or marketing strategies that you might employ and where the top 10 come in line, not in any particular order. Storytelling. Brand storytelling uses familiar communication format to engage consumers at an emotional level. Rather than just spew a few facts and figures, storytelling allows you to weave a memorable tale of who your company is, what you do, how you solve problems, and what you value and how you engage and contribute to your community. 65% of the people who feel an emotional connection to a brand say it's because they care about people like me. Let's talk about that for a minute. Storytelling. Stories are sticky. That's what we say here at Experience Pros. And the reason we say it is because you're going to remember a story long, long after the details fade. Give you an example here. I tell a story often about my career as a professional magician and the transition of moving from professional magician into corporate trainer into talk show host. And here's how it goes. Started as a professional magician, floated women in the air and cut them in 6 pieces for a living. Transitioned into a corporate trainer, but used the illusions to illustrate the points of the messages that I was training on. So a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. So says Mary Poppins. That, though, hit a glass ceiling. Couldn't take any more clients because there's only so many hours in the day. So what do? Fired all our clients and came to Major Market Radio, where we can train one to many across a very large thing. In translation, what went away? The illusions went away. But now we are storytellers of a different sort. It's theater of the mind. Make sense? We'll be back after the top of the hour news. You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer. Today, we're talking about marketing. Back after this.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business. This is the Experience Pros Radio Show with business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer. For more information, you can contact the Experience Pros by calling 720-344-2446 or contact them on the web at experiencepros.com or on Facebook and Twitter at Experience Pros. If your customers love you, we want to know you. What are you waiting for? Join the revolution.
KDMT Arvada, Denver.
Denver's only business radio station, Money Talk 1690 AM.
Stocks today extending last week's rally, shooting up to their highest level in 3 weeks, thanks to a spike in banking and tech shares, a decline in treasury yields, and worries about rising interest rates seeming to ease up even further. The Dow today surging 399 points higher, the NASDAQ up 84. A real setback, though, in housing. Because of high home prices, rising mortgage rates, and some pretty bad weather, new home sales took a tumble in January, down nearly 8%. The state of Ohio already sued opioid drug makers about the crisis there. Now it's suing drug distributors, including McKesson and Cardinal Health, for failing to ensure the safety of those drugs. Samsung today unveiling its new flagship Galaxy S9 smartphone. It costs $300 less than the iPhone 10 from Apple. And Anheuser-Busch going after the Whole Foods crowd, launching an organic version of its Michelob Ultra beer called Pure Gold. Tom Busby, CNBC.
Walgreens has good news for anyone managing diabetes. We've got your back. That's right. Walgreens pharmacists are here to consult with you in person and answer any questions you may have about new and existing medications. You can even get free advice from our trusted experts day and night at Walgreens.com or the mobile app. Walgreens has all major brands of diabetes testing supplies like Accu-Check and Walgreens TrueMetrix. That's not just good news, it's great news. Stop by and talk to your Walgreens pharmacist today. Walgreens, trusted since 1901.
At Discover, we believe anniversaries should be a time of celebration, not obligation. That's why we think annual fees are ridiculous. And now, just for giving us a try, we're going to give new card members a 1-year anniversary gift they'll never forget. At the end of your first year, we'll match all the cash back you've earned dollar for dollar. No caps and no catches, because we know if you try us, you'll like us. And that's worth every penny. Try it and believe it at discover.com/match. Cashback match offer only for new card members. Limitations apply.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Keith Peters. The Supreme Court has taken on a case that could have a huge impact on public employee unions.
The court will decide whether non-members can be required to pay dues to unions representing government workers. There are powerful groups coming down on both sides of the issue. The ACLU supports the unions, which argue that when they bargain, they're doing so for all workers, not just members. The Trump administration backs non-members who argue they shouldn't be required to contribute to a union with which they disagree.
Wally Hines reporting. Former President George W. Bush and former First Lady Laura Bush have paid their respects to the Reverend Billy Graham in Charlotte. White House correspondent Greg Clugston is at the Graham Library.
The vehicle carrying the former president and first lady pulled up in front of the Graham family homestead. The Bushes were greeted by Franklin Graham and his wife before walking inside the house where Billy Graham is lying in repose in a closed casket. George W. Bush knew Billy Graham for many years and credits him with changing his life and helping him give up alcohol.
There are 2 days of public visitation in Charlotte before Billy Graham's casket is moved to the U.S. Capitol. President Trump told a group of governors schools need more security.
We have to harden our schools, the president told 39 governors visiting the White House, making the case again for arming teachers. Trump disclosed he'd met over the weekend with top officials of the National Rifle Association on ways to stop mass shootings.
Don't worry about the NRA. They're on our side. You guys, half of you are so afraid of the NRA. There's nothing to be afraid of.
He offered no specific proposals other than to say he would personally outlaw bump stocks and find a way to disarm the mentally ill. He also bitterly criticized the performance of law enforcement in Parkland, Florida, saying if he'd been there, he'd have run into the school even without a weapon. I'm Warren Levinson.
On Wall Street, the Dow by 399 points to 25,709. The Nasdaq rose 84. The S&P advanced 32. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Amazing to realize, but it's been almost 2 years. I've been talking with you about Relief Factor, and I can tell you I've been continually inundated with testimonials. If you're struggling with ongoing back or neck pain, shoulder, hip, or knee pain, or general muscle pain, pains of any kind, do what tens of thousands of others have done so successfully. Go to ReliefFactor.com and order their 3-week quick start for just $19.95. 1-800-500-8384. That's 1-800-500-8384.
Protecting data across modern decentralized networks presents challenges that traditional backup solutions can't handle. At best, you'll waste time and money managing multiple solutions. At worst, gaps in coverage will leave your data vulnerable. Barracuda Backup is a single cloud-integrated solution that simplifies the backup process and allows data replication to anywhere on your network, a private cloud, Barracuda's cloud, or to the AWS public cloud. Reclaim your data. Try Barracuda Backup free at barracuda.com/.
Waiter, sir.
Jimmy Sangenberger here.
Waiter.
You wouldn't go to a restaurant where the waiter chooses your meal. So why are you letting everyone else choose your candidates? In the primary, unaffiliated voters can impact your party's choice for the ballot. The caucus on March 6th is your chance to choose the candidate free from interference by those who don't share your values. The caucus process lets you speak with other engaged voters in your party to choose the best possible candidate for the primary ballot. Attend caucus on March 6th. Visit your party's website to register today.
DenverHalfPrice.com, where everything is on sale at half price. Get red hot deals from some of the area's best retailers. 50% off carpet cleaning, car washes, spa treatments, gym memberships, tax preparation, oil changes, and more. Everything is on sale at half price. Go to DenverHalfPrice.com and save today. That's DenverHalfPrice.com. Why pay full price for anything? Go to DenverHalfPrice.com.
You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show, the most positive business talk show in America. Best-selling authors of Lists That Saved My Business and founders of the Extreme Customer Service Directory, Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer, are inspiring you to get your business right. They know that customer experience isn't just another thing, it's the only thing. Let's join Angel and Eric for today's program.
Hello, friends, and welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Thanks for taking time out of your day to join us for ours. Angel is out today. That means I've got you, you've got me, and if you'd like to call into the show and add your 2 cents, we'd love to have your thoughts. The number to call, 303-632-4160, 303-632-4160. And we're talking today about marketing. Came across a couple of different articles and some survey to back it up on the top 10 marketing trends for 2018. And if you're looking for marketing strategies that are proven to be the most effective for business growth, this conversation is going to be relevant for you. It's going to help you explore the best marketing tactics for almost any business solution. And we've just in the last hour talked a little bit about the business consumer. That's the B2C side of the marketing side of things. Now we're going to jump our attention over to the business to business side and see if we can't figure out some of the top 10 business to business marketing trends for 2018. Number one is, and this is not in any particular order, it's just the first on the list here, is growth hacking. Are you familiar with the term growth hacking? A marketing phenomenon popularized by startups with tight marketing budgets. Growth hacking combines creativity, analytical thinking, and social metrics to sell products and gain exposure. Growth hackers leverage social media, viral marketing, and other low-cost alternatives to traditional media for one absolute focus: growth. Sean Ellis, who coined the term growth hacker, explained that growth hacking doesn't replace marketing, but it's different in that every tactic employed in growth hacking is scrutinized by its potential impact on scalable growth. So growth hacking is effective because A, every decision is informed by that growth. B, products and services are refined as tools for growth instead of something to sell. And C, its fluidity keeps it adaptable and low cost. Growth hacking is credited with generating 10% more leads than traditional marketing techniques. Everything through the filter of growth. And I love the idea of this because what we're really looking to do is grow our business. Nobody gets into business to stagnate. Nobody gets into business to stay where they are. And yet, how many times have we seen, and it's true, many times somebody jumps into a small business endeavor only to realize that their business is not growing, and year after year after year they're in the exact same place. They're broke. They have no money to invest in themselves or in their marketing or in their team or in any of their virtual services or any of those things. And the cycle repeats itself over and over again. We're in business to grow. We're in business to create a lifestyle, folks. And, one of the things that Angel and I spend an exorbitant amount of time talking about is how to accelerate the rate of growth for our clients, such to the point where when you get down to it, there's no denying that we've grown. I'll give you a great example. And we don't call it growth hacking. We call it becoming an influencer. But our good friend, Robert Johnson with A New Outlook Counseling Services here in the Colorado market, his brand is on fire. He's opened up. He's opening up his fifth new office, and that's just in the last 8 months. And actually, the opening of offices 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, and 4, and then soon to be 5, all happening within the course of a month and a half. Now that's growth. 184% revenue increase. That's growth. It's tangible. It's trackable. It's marketable. It's talk worthy. When we're talking about growth hacking, we're talking about everything being filtered through. Is it scalable? If it is, what does Richard Kiyosaki say? If it costs you $1, how long can you sustain it? If it makes you $1, there's no stopping you. You can do it forever. Right? So there it is. Growth hacking. Here's another one of the trends that's happening for the B2B marketing world, and that is referral programs. Boy, they're everywhere, aren't they? If you don't think so, just check your keychain. A referral program is, or a loyalty type program is valuable indeed. Referral program is the umbrella term to describe a systematic approach that companies take to incentivize people to tell other people about their products and services. So think of it this. If you tell somebody about my service and they do business with me, I'll give you a $100 bill. Okay. Implementing specific affiliate programs, customer referral programs, and partner programs are meant to offer the instant credibility of existing customers to grow a customer base. Referral programs often used synonymously with referral marketing. They're effective because they leverage the recommendations of happy customers. They authentically recognize customers' brand loyalty and reinforce it, and are perennially popular with the customers because they get a vig back when they do a certain behavior. Now, here at Experience Pros, I'm not a huge fan of the traditional referral marketing program. In our book, Lists That Save My Business, we wrote up a whole chapter on this. We call them repeat receipts, but the idea of it is the same. If you want to change somebody's behavior, you offer them either a reduced rate or a package deal or some kind of value add, but they have to change their behavior. Example, most people go to Starbucks in the morning, and there's a morning rush from about 7 o'clock to 9:30 as people are on their way to work. And Starbucks came out with what they call the treat receipt. And the treat receipt says, I know that you normally come here for this, for this morning coffee break, but if you would come back after 2 p.m., we'll give you a drink at half price. How's that? And by the way, they work really, really well. Starbucks had a huge boost in sales by taking a customer who would normally come once a day and converting them into a customer that comes twice a day for 1.5 times the yield of the normal purchase. So just consider that a lifetime value for new referral customers tends to be 16% higher than non-referrals, right? Well, let's see. We talked about the earned media and PR. It's the same as it was for the B2C. Earned media, PR, making sure that you understand that if you're going to be the subject of a story, you don't necessarily have to pay for it. You can, and there are many cases why strategically it's advantageous for you to pay for it. It cuts off the curve, right? If you don't pay somebody to come and pick up your story, then you are gambling on whether or not your story is worthy of being picked up or not. And just because you think so doesn't necessarily mean that a journalist or a producer or a show host thinks so as well. So it may be weeks, months, years before you get picked up. Whereas if you write the check and say, tell my story, somebody effective is going to be able to come in, tell that story, not make it sound like an infomercial or an outright ad. And the strategy is solid, time tested, and proven. Networking events. this conversation would be ridiculous if we didn't talk about networking, right? Networking is the heart and soul of so many people in business. They're doing everything that they can do in order to meet new people, shaking hands, kissing babies. And by the way, keep it in that order, because the reverse order, somebody gets sent to jail. But the idea of networking events is a public trade show or a public networking opportunity. Gives you an opportunity to meet one-to-many in a large format. You're still going one-to-one as you work through that crowd, but you get an opportunity to share your side of the story as well. You can come away with key industry partners, customers, prospects, and if you identify marketing trends and opportunities, you can actually see what the competition is doing as well. We'll return right after these messages. You're listening to Eric Raymer here on the Experience Pros Radio Network. For the archives of this broadcast and every show that we do, go check out experiencepros.com. It's experiencepros.com, and we'll be back right after these messages.
You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show, America's home for positive business talk.
KDMT, Denver's Money Talk 1690 AM.
Are you a small business owner in need of cash to fund payroll, to buy new equipment, or to expand your business? Has your local bank turned you down? Have you been told no when you really, really need to hear yes? Get cash to run your business right now. Call Strategic Funding and get a yes today. 800-210-6998. If you've been in business for at least a year, have annual revenue of at least $150,000 and minimum credit score of 550, we can provide you with up to $500,000. Our unique financing service can get you the cash you need with very flexible payment plans, personalized to fit your specific situation. Growing your business just got a lot easier with approval in as little as 1 day. Stop worrying and call Strategic Funding today for a no-obligation consultation. 800-210-6998. 800-210-6998. 800-210-6998.
Do you have sleep apnea? Are you tired of dragging your big, bulky CPAP device with you whenever you leave home? Yeah, well, I was too. That's why I'm so glad I called to try the Transcend Mini CPAP for 10 nights. I can't imagine living without it now. My Transcend is about as small as a soda can and weighs less than a pound. That's less hassle to carry than my shaving kit. Plus, I was able to add a battery pack that's as tiny as a deck of cards. But hey, that's not all. Transcend is FAA compliant too, which means I can finally sleep comfortably while flying. Heck, I can sleep comfortably anywhere now. So if that all sounds good to you, call now to give Transcend a try. You'll be glad you did.
Now you can try Transcend and sleep comfortably for 10 restful nights with a money-back guarantee. So call minicpap.com now. 1-800-300-5254. Again, that's 1-800-300-5254. 1-800-300-5254.
Tune in to Money Talk KDMT 1690 every Saturday at noon for the best advice on building that nest egg. You'll hear expert advice on feathering your nest, caching resources for the future, and going for the gold finches, with a show that can put a little more green in your day-to-day living. While they may not be Wall Street wizards, they are the wizards of wildlife. And if you'd like to add these beautiful colors and melodious songs of wild birds to your portfolio, listen to Bird Talk, Saturdays at noon on 1690 KDMT, presented by Wild Birds Unlimited. David and Scott Menno will enrich your life with tips on attracting birds, butterflies, bats, bees, and other things that don't start with the letter B. The Bird Brothers will bring you fascinating interviews, nature news, insights on building the best wild bird habitat, and we hope to bring you a smile and a chuckle or two as well. So listen to Bird Talk every Saturday at noon, right here on Money Talk 1690 KDMT.
Managing rental property isn't easy.
Yeah, hi, it's me from Apartment G.
Kind of like you're on call 24/7.
My apartment is flooding?
That's why A.T. Smith & Company is always there to help you manage your property.
Yeah, me again. You're not going to believe it, but it's freezing in here.
A.T. Smith & Company, residential property management for single-family homes, condos, townhomes, apartment buildings, everything. We have crews for maintenance. We find and screen the best tenants for you. With A.T. Smith & Company, the only management you have to do is deposit the check.
Yeah, me again in Apartment G. You know the toilet's running and the refrigerator's not.
At A.T. Smith & Company, we've been managing houses and apartments throughout Denver for 40 years. And when we're on the job, you don't have to be. Ask about our comprehensive management program, our free rental evaluation for your property. And remember, there's never a setup fee at A.T. Smith. Learn more today at atsmithco.com.
Yeah, it's me again.
A.T. Smith, always there.
This is the Experience Pros Radio Show. Got an opinion or want to ask us a question? Email radio@experiencepros.com or message us on the Experience Pros Facebook page, and we'll interact with you live on the show.
Hey, welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show, where everyone wants to rule the world. No, not really. We're just here hanging out with you, tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. We're grateful for you. We're talking about marketing. And in particular, we're talking about marketing trends for 2018. What strategies are working? What strategies aren't? Angel and I are pretty vocal about not being big fans of what we call spaghetti marketing. You know what that is, right? Where you just take stuff, throw it at the wall, see what sticks. You got to have a strategy, folks. You've got to have a plan of attack that has a desired outcome, and then you've got to measure and track and see if in fact you are on the track that's going in the direction towards achieving those goals. And if what I just said to you is as foreign as gibberty or whatever, I don't know, whatever the word is, Greek to you, then let me make a couple of suggestions. First and foremost, contact our friend Carrie Conley over at Infinite Nation. Infinite Nation is her company, and Carrie, you can find more information about her at carrieconley.com. Gibberish. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Our producer Richard gets me. Sometimes I get my tongue wrapped around my eye tooth and I can't see what I'm saying. Richard is the one to help me out with that. But carrieconley.com, Carrie, C-A-R-E-Y, Conley, C-O-N-L-E-Y.com, is just a resource for us as we look to really kind of connect with people and help. She helps us get our vision straight. And if you don't have a vision for the future, how will you know if you're achieving the milestones that are getting you anywhere? Or will you be the one who's in the same place today as you were last year, as you were the year before, and pretty much flatlined? And the only place that flatlining is good is, I can't think of a place, to be honest with you. Don't be flatlined. Don't be dead. Move forward. Build your brand. So what kind of marketing strategies are trending in 2018? Well, we just covered growth hacking and referral programs, networking events. Let me come back and circle around on networking events for just a second here. Networking events are effective because they encourage face-to-face interactions and they build relationships. Angel and I, as you may know, if you listen to the show on a regular basis, we have what we call isms and osophies, Eric isms and Angel osophies. And one of those ones is this: it doesn't matter what business you're in the relationship business. And so think about that with every opportunity to connect with your partners, your power partners, your vendors, your referral resources, or your customers. You've got to consider the lifetime value of the relationship between them. Foolish indeed is the person who suggests that a transaction is the start and end of every relationship. And I say it's foolish because you have to start that over every single time. You're constantly looking over your shoulder, calling next, next, next. And instead, if you establish a relationship built upon mutual trust and admiration, respect for the people, enough respect to get to know them, you have multiple leverages here. You can create a customer experience that is customized to them. You can create a relationship that says, I care about you beyond the transaction. And therefore, when you take care of the relationships, here's another ism and osophy, take care of the relationships and the transactions follow. Okay. Networking events are also are effective because they're typically well attended. They create a target-rich environment for lead gen. And it's also true that they allow businesses of every size access to the same audience and information. So we're big fans of networking. We whether trade shows or professional, type business to business or hand to hand, face to face networking, big fans always. Converting a trade show to a lead or a trade show lead to a sale typically costs 38% less than a sales call alone. Did you hear that? Taking a trade show lead, somebody that you met at a trade show, and converting that into a sale costs 38% less than a sales call alone. Cold calling, we're allergic to cold calling, folks, because there is no relationship. The whole premise of a cold call is, I don't know you, but I'm going to dial your number and interrupt your day and ask you to buy something from me anyway. And the reason it's got a 1 to 4% rate of return is just that. There's no relationship. Whereas relationship targeted selling is infinitesimally more effective. So don't discount that. Let's talk a little bit about search engine marketing, SEM, a tool that companies use to grow their website traffic through paid online advertising. One of the most popular SEM methods, of course, pay-per-click, right? Those links, a company buys or sponsors a link that appears as an ad in a search engine. And when keywords related to their product or services are searched, that ad pops up. Every time the ad is clicked, a company pays the search engine a small fee to the visitor. It is a literal pay-per-click lead. Search engine marketing is effective because of its breadth of online tools and reach. It's also a cost-effective way to generate high visibility. Doesn't cost you anything if nobody clicks. Easily adaptable to multiple markets and audiences. Informational and educational content is distributed via SEM, search engine marketing, 96% of the time. So if you've got a class that you're teaching, if you've got an educational or an informational product, SEM, pay-per-click is the way to go, because people want to click on that to learn more about your class, your thing, far more than a product to sell. SEM is alive and well and is actually really working hard on becoming very, very relevant for very many people. The challenge with it is the stronger the keyword, the more you pay for it. So whereas, it might cost you $1 or 50 cents for an average keyword, but if it's a keyword that everybody is searching for online, you can expect that to go upwards of $10, $15, $20, $100 per click. So now you got to think, is what I'm selling worth the cost of a click and a non-sale? Because that's what happens most of the time. Still playing the averages here, folks. We'll come back with more positive business talk, more conversation about business-to-business marketing techniques that are effective and trending here in 2018. This is the Experience Pros Radio Network.
America's home for positive business talk. You're listening to the Experience Pros radio show. Contact them on the web at experiencepros.com.
I'm Tom Busby, CNBC. Another big rally today on Wall Street, putting the major averages now just 3% off their all-time highs. With worries about higher interest rates easing up a bit, bank and tech shares led all the gainers, and at the close, the Dow was up 399 points. The Nasdaq up 84. There was a big setback, though, in housing. New home sales tumbling in January, down almost 8% because of sky-high home prices, rising mortgage rates, and a lot of bad weather. Bank of America plans to open up 500 new branches over the next 4 years and make a big push into Ohio. This huge recall of 100,000 brand new SUVs and pickup trucks because of a steering control problem. This involves the 2018 Toyota Tundra and Sequoia and 2018 Hyundai Santa Fe's. And after talks to sell the New York-based movie studio collapsed, the Weinstein Company, founded by disgraced producer Harvey Weinstein, now is headed for bankruptcy. Tom Busby, see.
Waiter, sir.
Jimmy Sangenberger here.
Waiter.
You wouldn't go to a restaurant where the waiter chooses your meal. So why are you letting everyone else choose your candidates? In the primary, unaffiliated voters can impact your party's choice for the ballot. The caucus on March 6th is your chance to choose the candidate free from interference by those who don't share your values. The caucus process lets you speak with other engaged voters in your party to choose the best possible candidate for the primary ballot. Attend caucus on March 6th. Visit your party's website to register today.
Need a CPAP? Then we need you. We're CPAP.com, and we carry popular brands of CPAP equipment, including ResMed, Respironics, and more. To move inventory, we're selling some of our ResMed CPAP machines at prices lower than you would think. Learn more about these affordable ResMed CPAPs at CPAP.com. We'll even provide free shipping on your ResMed machine orders, so you'll get it fast when you enter the promo code RADIO. The best part? No insurance needed. Our CPAPs are priced so low they can even cost less than your copay and deductible through insurance. CPAP.com has shipped over 1 million orders and carries a large inventory of sleep apnea equipment. With little retail overhead and no middlemen, we're the best way to get affordable, comfortable sleep apnea equipment at incredibly low prices. Again, CPAP.com has a large inventory of ResMed CPAPs and is offering free shipping on these devices. For these great deals and others, visit CPAP.com. Don't forget to enter the promo code RADIO. That's RADIO.
Are you thinking about updating that outdated kitchen or bathroom? It's a new year, and there has never been a better time to get started. I'm Ted Spear, co-owner of All About Cabinets and Countertops at 35th and Wadsworth, and we can help you transform your kitchen or bathroom for less money than you ever thought possible. Our customers get the unique mix of superior quality and top-of-the-line customer service, all at affordable prices. Don't overpay for your cabinets and countertops. Through the end of February, our specials and upgrades mean thousands of dollars in savings, even over those big box stores. And as always, we upgrade all our cabinets to the latest in anti-slam technology at no additional charge. Let us go to work for you. You can visit our showroom or call us today, 303-456-6400. That's 303-456-6400. Also, to view all our current specials, visit our website at allaboutgreatdeals.com. Make a difference without the expense with All About Cabinets and Countertops.
Attention business owners, Laura Pence Atencio, online marketing expert, will be hosting the Social Savvy Geek Show. She'll provide education and actionable insights for entrepreneurs and small business owners in need of consistent leads and sales. Laura will help you find, engage, and convert your ideal clients. The Social Savvy Geek Show is on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9 to 10 a.m. Join Laura, the Social Savvy Geek, at 9 a.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays, right here on Denver's Money Talk, 1690 a.m. KDMT.
If you're thinking about new windows for your home, there are 3 things you should look for. First, a good quality window. Second, an affordable price. And finally, a company that's going to stand behind those windows and warranties. In Denver, that's Windows America. Hi, I'm Clyde with Windows America. Help us celebrate our 18th year helping Denver homeowners improve their homes. Call us at 303-920-0175 or go to our website, windowsam.com, and we're going to buy you dinner for 2. Let us show you how easy it can be to get new windows.
For more than 60 years, Colorado energy companies have relied on fracking. 90% of all oil and natural gas wells have been or will be fracked. Colorado is nationally recognized for our stringent state laws and regulations for oil and natural gas development. The need for reliable, affordable energy is always balanced with protecting Colorado and the environment. To see all that we're doing, go to cred.org.
The Experienced Pros Radio Show, home of the original Fan Braggin' Fridays. Take just 20 seconds to become a business revolutionary by sharing a fan bragging story of great customer service by using the hashtag FanBrag or calling the Fan Braggin' hotline at 855-FAN-BRAG, FANBRAG. Now back to Angel and Eric, the Experienced Pros.
Welcome back to the Experienced Pros Radio Show. Thank you for taking time out of your day to join us for ours. Angel is out of the office today, and so you've got me, and I invite you to join us for the conversation if you're watching by way of Facebook Live, or if you are listening by way of your traditional radio or one of the streams that we do. You can always pick up your phone. The number to call is 303-632-4160. That's 303-632-4160. All this day we've been talking about the value of trending marketing strategies, and our first hour we talked to the trending strategies for B2C, business to consumer strategies that are marketing, and the only crossover in those in that versus the B2B strategies that we're talking about now happens to be in the space of the earned media and PR. And simply that is, if you are the subject of a story and somebody comes out to cover that story, then there's crossover between the B2C and the B2B side of things. Made the case that there's a strong rationale for paying for PR and being placed in strategically in a lineup, whether it's radio or newspaper or television or however that might go. And the reason you want to do that, it's not a marketing, it's not advertising. It is much more marketing and awareness. We call it brand infusion. And if you have that going on, then your results, your ROI on brand infusion are instantaneous. And give an example, we have here the opportunity for people to become contributor hosts on this program, on the Experienced Pros Radio Show. And it is that opportunity comes with a financial commitment on one side and a certain set of services on the other side. But what you can do on an immediate basis, the day one that you become a contributor host, is that you can apply the badge and the moniker to your credentials of nationally syndicated contributor host, or a contributor host to a nationally syndicated radio show. Those things are it's kind of like, and you say, well, why would I pay for that if I can get it for free? You don't have to pay for it, but if you don't pay for it, there's no guarantee that you'll ever get it. Does that make sense? I mean, you got a great story. It looks great to you. You think it's going to be a great story, but unless a producer is interested in that story, or a show host says, yeah, I'll pick you up and put you on my show, there's no way you're going to get that airtime. And if you don't get the airtime, you don't get the cred that goes along with it. The flip side of that is, by paying to establish a certain set of services, one of which includes interview from a credibility point of view, you immediately get to brand yourself with that moniker. Your ROI isn't financial, at least not at that juncture, but it is immediate and guaranteed. So lots of good reasons for investing. And if you think, well, I would never pay for such a service. Well, did you go to college? Because you paid in order to get credentialed to work. Did you go to the grocery store? Ever? because you paid to bring home the recipe ingredients to cook. We pay to play in all of those sandboxes, folks. There's no denying it. You know, we buy a car so that we can get from point A to point B. We buy a house so that we can have protection over our head, shelter for our families. We pay for all of those kinds of services, and paying for the services says, I'm going to give you a certification or a credential is just as valid as any other. Let's talk a little bit about retargeting. Retargeting is an interesting thing. It's a phenomenon that's come up in the last couple of years here. You see it a lot on websites when we realize that most website visitors do not convert on their first contact with the site. They come check you out and then they leave, right? But if they come and check you out, we have an educational element to our website called Empower You Academy. And the Empower You Academy trains on things like how to be a great guest on the radio. We train on how to become a published author. I'm about ready to release the next class that we do. In any of these classes, you come, you check out, you read, but you don't convert typically on the first visit to my website. Well, let's say you come to my website, check it out. You saw what's going on at Empower You Academy, and then you leave my website, but you go to Amazon.com and there's an ad, strangely enough, for Empower You Academy, Experienced Pros Empower You Academy on Amazon's webpage. You think, well, that's odd. How did that happen? That's called retargeting. Those ads, when you come to one particular website, they give you a little piece of code that goes with you on your browser. And the next several locations that you go, you're going to find, you go check out the news on foxnews.com, and guess what you're going to find? An ad for Empower You Academy. And the list goes on and on and on. And before you know it, you've seen it 6 or 8 times. And that little cookie, that little piece of code has now reminded you that you went to the website for a reason. You were curious because you had some kind of affection or affinity for that particular service. And before you know it, that reminder turns into a transaction. Retargeting is an effective conversion tool because it repeatedly gets your brand in front of audiences that are already interested in your product or service. You don't get that piece of code if you never come to Empower You Academy, right? You only get that because you were interested in the first place and showed up. Retargeting is effective because it recaptures the attention and purchase power of window shoppers. It generates high click-through rates, and it lends itself to visitor segmentation and tailored messaging. If you go to Empower You Academy, you're going to see a different ad than if you go to WeMakeYouVisible.com, which is where we offer you a free CD on how to become a micro-influencer. By the way, that's a real website, WeMakeYouVisible.com, and that CD is really real. If you go to WeMakeYouVisible.com, I'd be happy to give you the code to download our brand new CD, How to Become a Micro-Influencer. It's all free. On average, businesses using retargeting experience a 55% conversion rate. Wouldn't you like it if more than half of everybody that came to your website converted and paid you? Retargeting is what that's called. Talk a little bit about social media marketing. Social media marketing focuses on providing users with content that they find valuable and want to share across their social networks, resulting in increased visibility and traffic. Social media shares of content, videos, and images also influence SEO efforts. We're going to talk about that in the next segment, in that they increase relevancy in search results within social media networks like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram, and search engines like Google and Yahoo. We believe that social media marketing is effective because it reduces marketing spends while increasing lead gen. It provides metrics that give companies additional marketplace insight, and it humanizes brands and encourages conversions. I think the humanizing of brands is the biggest part for us. We believe here at Experienced Pros that social media is intended to be social, and that it blurs the lines between professional and informal. And we call that blurring of those lines a good thing, because that's really where life happens. Your fast fact for this is 70% of all B2B marketers use at least one of the big 4 social media sites, that's Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, or YouTube, to distribute content. By the way, I didn't forget Instagram. Instagram is very close to becoming in that top 4. Right now, Instagram is knocking at the door and is growing by leaps and bounds. Still largely in the hands of millennials, but the corporate America has figured it out and they're dialing it in. Just a heads up. When we come back, we're going to talk about my favorite thing right now, and that is search engine optimization. I've graduated. I got good stuff just on the other side of these messages.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
KDMT, Denver's Money Talk, 1690 AM.
Message and data rates may apply. Warranty good as long as you own your mattress. Details at nectarsleep.com.
Do you realize you spend almost a third of your life in bed? Sleeping is practically a full-time job, and you deserve the right conditions to do it well. That's why there's Nectar. We're not just a mattress company, we're sleep advocates. Our promise is as sweet as our name, to tuck you in for the best sleep of your life. Our sleep engineers have perfected a bed with optimal firmness, breathability, coolness, and comfort. What's more perfect? How about no showroom markups to save you hundreds, free shipping, our dreamy forever warranty, and a full year to sleep on it? That's right. Sleep on Nectar for 365 nights. If you don't love it, return it for a full refund. Snuggle up with our best deal, $125 off plus 2 free pillows when you text ENJOY to 234234 or go to nectarsleep.com. Text ENJOY to 234234. ENJOY to 234234.
If you're thinking about updating that outdated kitchen or bathroom, now's the time. I'm Ted Spear, co-owner of All About Cabinets and Countertops at 35th and Wadsworth. Don't overpay for your cabinets and countertops. Our current specials and upgrades mean thousands of dollars in savings, even over those big box stores. Let us go to work for you. Come check out our showroom or call us today. 303-456-6400. That's 303-456-6400. Or visit our website at allaboutgreatdeals.com. Make a difference without the expense with All About Cabinets and Countertops.
Are you embarrassed by your smile? Are you unable to eat the foods you love, afraid to laugh, afraid to live a normal life, even afraid to go out in public? Dr. Barrett's with Barrett's Dental here. I believe that you deserve a smile that you can be proud of so you can live your life the way you want, with the peace of mind that you can smile without embarrassment and that your mouth is healthy. At Barrett's Dental, we want to help you get your life back. I invite you to my office for a free consultation where you can find out for yourself if you are comfortable at Barrett's Dental. We offer total dental solutions, meaning we can handle all of your dental care in one convenient location without referring you all over town. If you feel safe at Barrett's Dental, it's the last place you'll need to visit to get the care you need. Is the condition of your mouth causing you to live a life of quiet desperation? Call me. I'll take great care of you.
If you're looking for a safe place to take care of all your dental needs, call Barrett's Dental at 303-502-5527 or visit denverdentist.com.
Ben Franklin once pointed out that the only certainty in life is death and taxes. Are you concerned about how the new tax bill is going to affect you or your business? Are you trying to tackle taxes on your own? Standard deductions, net operating loss, pass-through deductions? It's enough to make your head swim. Unless you're tax expert Josh Berman with Denver Tax Return Service. Josh is an enrolled agent with the IRS and has been helping businesses save money and have peace of mind for the last 13 years. Josh takes pride in working directly with you during the entire process. You'll never be handed off to someone else. He'll walk you through how the new tax code and laws affect you and your business. And beyond tax season, he offers year-round bookkeeping and accounting services. Right now, there's a very special radio offer. All business tax returns start at just $399. Start 2018 off right by calling your tax expert, Josh Berman, at Denver Tax Return Service today for a free half-hour consultation. His number is 720-336-0950. That's 720-336-0950. Or visit taxreturnservicedenver.com. That's taxreturnservicedenver.com.
It's quite possibly the most important advance known to humankind. I'm talking, of course, about the garage door opener. Don's Garage Doors is proud to make your life easier. Endorsed and recommended by Dave Logan himself with over 30 years experience. Don's Garage Doors stands behind their work and does the job right every time. Their uniformed professional installers are experienced, background checked, and courteous. Don's Garage Doors is the answer in the Denver metro area for garage door repair and replacement, as well as springs and openers. For reasonable prices and same-day service in many cases, count on the professionals at Don's Garage Doors, because neither snow, nor rain, nor dark of night will stop our doors from opening and closing. Online at donsgaragedoors.com. When you need it done right today, it's donsgaragedoors.com.
Take your home like it is and let us help you make it like you want it. Hi, Dan Cicchini, Done Right Kitchens and Baths, Windows and Doors. We've been doing just that for over 30 years now. 800-362-8370 or drhi.com.
Hey, we know this radio station is your favorite, but did you know you can find even more great Christian stations now on christianradio.com? More stations, more podcasts, and more uplifting faith-building programs. Download the app now by visiting christianradio.com.
Revolutionizing the way people treat people in business. The Experience Pros, America's home for positive business talk.
Welcome back to the big show. Thank you for tuning in. This is America's home for positive business talk. Grateful for you hanging out with us today. Angel is out of the studio today, and so you've got me. And once again, I open up the phone lines to you. If you want to join this conversation, and now is a perfect opportunity to do so as we gear up for our final segment here to talk about trends of 2018 marketing. B2B is the focus of this hour. Last hour, we talked about B2C. The number to call if you want to join, 303-632-4160. That's 303-632-4160. And just want to address this here for just a minute. For the longest time, I was skeptical about SEO, search engine optimization. And it wasn't that I was skeptical about what it could do. I was skeptical about most practitioners in the space of search engine optimization. And here's why. I wrote about this in 2010 in our book, Lists That Saved My Business. And I call it the SEO conundrum. Okay. The SEO conundrum is this. You, the established business owner, entrepreneur, you have to acknowledge that digital and online presence is a large part of what we do. Right. I mean, you almost can't even, I can't hardly imagine a business that doesn't have an online presence of some sort of website, a social site, or social presence on LinkedIn or Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, YouTube. Can't even imagine companies. They still exist, and every time I hear about one, I just kind of go, "Wow, how did you survive this long without having a social presence or an online presence?" Search engine optimization, the practitioners of that, and the conundrum that we talk about is many of them promise you page one on Google or Yahoo or Bing on the search engines will get you on page one. Page one means that you're going to be in the top 10 results coming up for certain keywords, strings that are entered into a search engine. For instance, how to become an influencer. That would be one that we would want our page to rank on because we teach and create influencers. We teach you how to become an influencer. We create influencers in specific industry. So, but the challenge, the conundrum is there's only 10 spots that are organically produced on Google. There's an additional 4 or 5 spots that are paid ad links. And then there's an additional 4 or 5 spots that are paid block ads. And then there's the Google Places, which is a geographic hunt for your website. But aside from that, the conundrum is there's only 10 spots on the front page of Google. And my challenge to those who participate in SEO is that if you promise that you can get them on front page, and I knew a man who was so bold, and I'm going to use the word arrogant, who said, I can absolutely get you on front page every time, all the time, every time. And if it doesn't work, you can have your money back. The fun little fact there is that he got his money back a lot, or had to give the money back a lot because, and of course there were all kinds of excuses to go along with that. But let's just say you're a real estate agent and you want to be on page 1 of Google. Well, there are 10,000 real estate agents in any metropolitan area. Only 10 of them are going to make it to front page. And so beware the sharks in the water who are selling something that says, I guarantee you're going to get on page 1. And when you come back and say, I'm not on page 1 yet, well, you've got to give it some more time, which means you got to give me some more money. And if you want us to double our efforts, we can increase that with more energy and effort and whatnot, but it's going to cost you more. And before you know it, I mean, I've seen people spend tens of thousands of dollars on SEO, search engine optimization, and have very, very little to show for it. That said, let me tell you, I am thrilled with what I'm learning about SEO these days. And I've been able to implement 100% optimized pages for our clientele. And I only say that by way of being shocked and surprised, because up until recently, I have never seen even the pros come away with 100% optimized pages. But the new technologies that we're using today, the new platforms that we're using today, and the new skill sets that I'm learning on a regular basis I'm able to fully optimize a page. Now, does that mean it's going to get on page 1? No, I didn't say that, because I can't guarantee that. But what I can do is match up with Google's algorithms and say, I'm going to get you as close as I can. And it's just give us some time and let's get some depth of content. Whether it's social media, email, banner ads, other marketing tools, SEO visibility is particularly important because search engines are the primary way that users use the internet. That's how they search the internet. They go to Google, right? Hey, Google, right? Or Siri, or the second most popular search engine in the world today is YouTube. Both Google and YouTube owned by Google. So you got to understand how this stuff works, how tagging and keywords and content management and grammar and all of it work together. Image optimization, all of those things working together to create what I call a complete floor to bottom or top to bottom Christmas lit of green lights on your search engine optimization. It can be done. Find a professional who is honest with you and authentic and who can demonstrate proof and tangible steps, and your search engine optimization makes it so that you become visible to a much wider path of people. That's it for today. We've talked about a lot of marketing, folks, and I hope it's been beneficial to you. The archives are available by way of Facebook Live and on our page at experiencepros.com. On behalf of Richard, our producer, Angel, myself, and all the people that make this program happen every single day, we thank you for tuning in, and Lord willing, we'll be back again tomorrow.
You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show, America's home for positive business talk.